The 0.14 Beta 4 update dropped last Friday, bringing us a surprising amount of new content and a few issues. Here's everything you need to know. First, we got the long-anticipated Mosin Nagant, as well as the Benelli M2 and its missing parts. The Mosin is a bolt-action rifle with a 10-capacity magazine and has very high damage and range. On the other hand, the Benelli M2 uses a tubular magazine under the barrel, and shells are loaded one at a time through the loading port at the bottom. It has mediocre stats across the board, but compensates with 100 damage per bullet. We got the gas block, a new required part for the M4A1 and SR25. They've also added a few less noticeable parts, and the OTS-14 Graza has been removed from the shop. For those of you who beat the game in 0.13, there's a good reason to dust off your old save. An underground area has been added to the north part of the peninsula, which can only be unlocked through the new top priority mission. The area is larger than you might expect, with many new assets and rooms to explore, but I'm not going to spoil more than that. I was happy enough with the new top objective, but we also got a few mission reworks. There's a new item, the distortion sensor, with missions built around it. Just like the normal sensor, you're sent to retrieve it and bring it back to the facility, but these ones can only be found in distortion zones. Also, filler altered item and artifact searches have been removed and are replaced with some refreshed objectives, higher rewards, and enemy countering missions has been reduced. Unfortunately, there's a lot of issues with Beta 4. Loading into save files and locations the first time takes quite a while. Also, overall performance dropped, especially in the first couple sessions. You get lower FPS, objects will often pop into place as you pass them, and the fog in the peninsula is out of control. There's a few objects which completely disappeared at the UNPSC facility, such as the table inside the shop, and sometimes pouches and holsters won't work inside your backpack. There have been some improvements though. The devs cite about 30 bug fixes between Beta 3 and pre-existing issues from 0.13. We got a bunch of random small changes as well, such as tips during loading, an updated title screen, and correct stats on firearms and attachments. So that's all the important stuff in Beta 4. The devs have announced the full 0.14 update is dropping sometime in the next few days for PCVR, which should fix most of the previously mentioned issues. For standalone quests, the full 0.14 update is coming near the end of November. The update includes everything from this and my last video discussing 0.14, as well as the Pachorsk outskirts and distortion zones for quests. Anyway, a shorter one today, but that's all I got. If you love Into the Radius too, feel free to subscribe. See you in the next one.